Do you remember the exact day you first started taking vitamin D3, magnesium, or K2? Probably not. But more dangerously, do you know when to stop? 3 months, a year, or just keep taking them forever? And this very question has cost many of my patients dearly. Many people think that vitamins are the more, the better. But the human body is not a medicine cabinet. It is a symphony that requires harmony. Hello, I'm Dr. William. After many years working with people over 50, I have seen countless cases that are just like tending a garden. Fertilizer and water are necessary, but if you overdo it, the soil suffocates. Our bodies are the same. Nourishment is essential, but rest can be just as important. I remember Mrs. Helen, 72 years old, who had been taking D3 faithfully for many years, believing she was protecting her health. But then she came to see me, exhausted, constipated, her heart beating irregularly. Blood tests showed her vitamin D levels were far beyond the safe range, and at that moment, she realized even what we believe is good can harm the body if we don't know where to draw the line. I want you to ask yourself, have you been taking those supplements day after day without ever truly listening to what your body needs? If the answer is yes, then this video is for you. Because today, I will share the truth that few dare to speak about something most of us take every day, D3, magnesium, K2, along with two other essential companions, B12 and vitamin C. 1. Magnesium. Have you ever spent a long, restless night, tossing and turning with no sleep, or been jolted awake by a sudden cramp in your calf? Then in the morning, your heart races faster than usual, and you feel uneasy, anxious for no clear reason. If you've felt this way, your body may be whispering to you about a silent friend called magnesium. I remember a patient, Mr. Bryant, 79 years old, from Georgia. He came to me with hollow, tired eyes after months of insomnia. He said, "Doctor, I thought this was just aging, destiny, but my body feels like a broken-down machine. No strength left." Tests revealed he was severely deficient in magnesium. Just a few weeks after proper supplementation, he was able to sleep a full 6 to 7 hours again, waking with bright eyes and steadier steps. Magnesium is involved in more than 300 processes in the body, from creating energy, maintaining heart rhythm, transmitting nerve signals, to stabilizing blood sugar. You can picture it like oil that keeps the machine called the body running smoothly. Yet sadly, more than half of people over 50 are deficient in this vital mineral. Why? Today's soil is depleted, processed foods dominate meals, and chronic stress drains magnesium even faster. The good news is that magnesium isn't like fat-soluble vitamins such as D3. It's water-soluble, and any excess is flushed out. In other words, if your kidneys are healthy, daily magnesium supplementation is almost always safe. More importantly, it brings benefits you can feel in just a few days. Deeper sleep, relaxed muscles, a steadier heartbeat, and a calmer mind. I want you to imagine this. Each magnesium pill you take is like a small candle lit in the darkness. Not too bright, not noisy, but enough for you to find again the peaceful path of sleep, the stillness in your soul, and the quiet strength to move through aging. And perhaps, if you're wondering why you've tried so many ways yet still can't sleep well, still feel vague anxiety, the answer may be simpler than you think. It might be that your body is missing a friend called magnesium. 2. Vitamin B12. There is something many people don't realize. As we age, our bodies no longer absorb nutrients the same way as before. especially vitamin B12, a tiny nutrient, but one that plays an enormous role in maintaining memory, mental clarity, and daily energy. I remember a patient named Carlos, 68 years old, of Mexican descent. He came to my clinic complaining that his memory was getting worse. He said, "Doctor, I read the newspaper in the morning, but just a few hours later, I forget everything I read. I'm afraid that one day I won't even remember my grandchildren's names." Tests showed his vitamin B12 level was far below normal. After proper supplementation, just a few months later, he regained his clarity, confidently sharing stories with his family, no longer living in that haze of worry and forgetfulness. Vitamin B12 is like fuel for the brain and nervous system. It helps create healthy red blood cells, carrying oxygen throughout the body, keeping you energized to get through the day. But after age 50, the stomach produces less acid, making B12 absorption significantly harder. This is why so many older adults suffer from fatigue, forgetfulness, even tingling in their hands and feet, without ever realizing the culprit is B12 deficiency. I want you to imagine your memory and alertness are like a shining lamp. Without B12, the current feeding that lamp weakens, the light dims, and one day darkness creeps in. But with enough B12, that lamp shines brightly again, illuminating every precious moment of your life. Science has shown that maintaining optimal B12 levels not only helps prevent anemia and memory loss, but also brings you clarity and alertness to fully enjoy each day. And that is the quiet gift B12 gives to our later years. 3. Vitamin D3. Vitamin D3 is often called the sunshine vitamin. It sounds simple, but in fact, it works like a hormone, influencing thousands of processes in the body, from bones and immunity to mood and even sleep. I remember a patient named Linda, 65 years old. She came to me with fragile bones, afraid of falling with every step. Yet surprisingly, her blood tests showed her vitamin D level was too high. For nearly 3 years, she had been taking 5,000 IU daily, believing that more is better. But the body doesn't need that much, and the excess D3 had begun disrupting her calcium levels, causing her heart to race and her sleep to falter. You see, D3 is different from magnesium or vitamin C. It's fat-soluble, meaning it's stored in the body for weeks, even months. If you keep taking high doses continuously, your body can't use it fast enough, and eventually it becomes a burden. I want you to picture your body as a clear water jar. If you pour in 1 cup today, another cup tomorrow, the water level rises steadily. One day it spills over, and then you face imbalance. But if you pause, giving the jar time to settle, balance is restored. The most important thing with D3 is balance. Science shows you don't need high doses daily to stay optimal. Sometimes a moderate dose is enough, or even taking a 2 to 3 week break if blood tests show your vitamin D level is sufficient. Your body will still hold on to the benefits without being overloaded. D3 is a gift from the sun, but like sunlight, in the right amount, it warms and heals. Too much, and it burns. The lesson here is to let D3 walk with you wisely, not force your body to take in more than it needs. 4. Vitamin K. 2. In our bodies, there is a nutrient quietly acting as a traffic officer. That's vitamin K2. Its job is to guide calcium to the right places, into bones and teeth, not straying into arteries or kidneys where it can cause dangerous calcification. I remember Mr. James, 70 years old, a retired civil engineer. He came to me with chest discomfort, afraid he had heart disease. Tests showed his heart wasn't yet at critical risk, but imaging revealed early artery calcification. Interestingly, his diet had plenty of calcium and vitamin D3, but he was severely lacking K2. After adjusting his supplementation and adding K2, his condition stabilized. And he told me, "Doctor, it feels like someone inside my body is finally putting everything back in order." K2 is not common in modern Western diets. It's found abundantly in natto, fermented soybeans that Japanese people often eat. That's why many studies show those who eat natto daily have stronger bones and more flexible arteries than peers of the same age in other countries. You can think of calcium in your body like bricks. Without K2, those bricks fall out of place, clogging blood vessels or building up in the kidneys. But with enough K2, they're placed where they belong, building the strong houses of your bones and teeth. The good news is, with a moderate dose of 90 to 200 micrograms daily, K2 is considered safe for long-term use. Unlike D3, it doesn't need to be cycled, as no studies to date show K2 becomes toxic when taken consistently. However, if you're on blood thinners, you need to work closely with your doctor to avoid interactions. K2 may be quiet, less well known, but it is a vital piece of the puzzle for both heart and bone health. It's like the conductor of an orchestra, not playing an instrument itself, not producing direct sound, but thanks to it, every note comes together into the harmony of life, when used regularly. However, if you are taking blood thinners, you need to consult your doctor carefully to avoid conflicts. K2 may be quiet, rarely mentioned, but it is the essential piece that completes the picture of cardiovascular and bone health. It's like the conductor of an orchestra, not holding an instrument, not creating direct sound, but thanks to it, every melody comes together into the harmony of life. 5. Vitamin C. Perhaps among all vitamins, vitamin C is the most familiar name. Since childhood, we've been told it helps prevent colds and protects the body. But in adulthood, especially after age 50, the role of vitamin C becomes much greater. It's like an invisible shield protecting your blood vessels, skin, and immunity against the silent cracks that time creates. I remember Mrs. Martha, 66 years old, who often complained to me that she bruised easily after the slightest bumps, and her wounds healed very slowly. She once thought it was simply a sign of getting old, but in reality, her body was severely deficient in vitamin C. With regular supplementation, the bruises gradually disappeared, her complexion became rosier, and she shared, "I feel like I'm young again. My body no longer feels so fragile." Vitamin C is water-soluble, so any excess is easily flushed out. This makes it safe for daily use, and the body constantly needs replenishment. But the important thing is, vitamin C is not just a cold remedy, as many people still think. It also plays a role in collagen production, the key to keeping skin elastic, joints flexible, and blood vessels resilient. Imagine this. Our life is like a house. Without vitamin C, the joints, the binding threads, slowly weaken, making the house shaky. But with enough vitamin C, each joint becomes strong again, helping the house stand firm against the storms of aging. And here's something interesting. Though simple, vitamin C can bring changes you feel very quickly. Lighter energy, less fatigue, and a refreshing sense as if your body has been cleansed of stress. It reminds us that health doesn't always come from grand changes, but from simple daily choices. An orange, a few strawberries, or a warm glass of lemon water in the morning. Vitamin C doesn't just nourish the body. It reminds us that while age may take many things away, freshness, clarity, and the power to heal always remain within reach if we cherish the small habits every day. So today, we've taken a small but meaningful journey together from magnesium, B12, D3, K2, to vitamin C. Each nutrient is like a piece of the bigger puzzle called health. One piece strengthens the bones, another keeps the heartbeat steady, another rekindles clarity and vitality, and another quietly protects every cell from the scratches of time. But the most important thing I want you to remember is not just the names of each vitamin, but a simple philosophy. The body always knows how to whisper to us. It sends signals, a sleepless night, a vague fatigue, an unexplained anxiety. And when we learn to listen, we'll know what we need more of, and when it's time to pause. Have you ever felt as if your body was trying to tell you something? If so, I hope that after this video, you'll give yourself a little time each day to truly listen with patience, gentleness, and love for yourself. If these reflections have brought you a new perspective or a little peace in your heart, I invite you to press like to spread this message to more people. Don't forget to subscribe to continue walking with me on upcoming health journeys. And I truly want to hear from you. In the past year, which vitamin or mineral have you stayed most faithful to? Leave a comment below, and I'll read every word you share. Thank you for spending your precious time here with me. I wish you always live healthy, live proactively, and live a life that is truly meaningful. I'm Dr. William, and I'll see you in the next video.